All right. So today's topic, we are talking about the Veiled Lady of Willingsport. It's a urban legend that we heard of when we were kids.
We grew up with because our grandmas grew up in Williamsport.
Yeah, our grandparents grew up in Willingsport. They're actually well known in Willingsport. The band, should I say the last name?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it because, but they're very well. Our family,
It's just one of the older families in the town.
and like I said, actually, our great grandfather, his name was Wilhelm. He was the first, person in our family to like arrive in Willingsport.
Yeah, because isn't Williamsport one of the oldest settlements in Washington County?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah, it's really old and like it's one of the most oldest places in Western Maryland.
Yeah,
second oldest place is here at Hagerstown.
Yeah, because it was I think it's technically older than Hagerstown.
Because I know that Hagerstown's founded in like 1730s, I think. Williamsport, I think it's like 1600s actually.
When was Williamsport, Maryland founded? 1787.
So okay, so actually,
when was Hagerstown, Maryland founded? So
we're older. Okay.
So founded, but I wonder, like officially founded, but I wonder when like settlers first got there. So that's when it was officially established. So
yeah,
that's when it's saying it was established. So I wonder when they first like settlers.
Let me move my can.
Yeah, you might not want to show that.
Yeah,
we ain't got the rights to that yet.
No, not yet. But no, the topic we're talking about.
If you're trying to sponsor us, let us know.
Yeah, if you're trying to sponsor, we need.
No, but we're talking about the Veiled Lady. We did say that, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the Veiled Lady of Williamsport. It's an urban legend that we were basically raised on. Well, kind of one of them.
Yeah.
She basically, in my understanding, is she's an apparition. It's a paranormal type urban legend that we.
I was talking to my grandma earlier, because apparently Aunt Jean got chased by it.
Yeah.
So the story was a wife who was looking for her husband, I guess, who was running around on her.
Mm-hmm.
So she was hunting him down. She ended up, never finding him. Either he got killed or something or what. She never found him. So now she still looked for him. Roaming around the town because apparently there's still sightings today.
Yeah. Can I pick up your audio? I think it can.
Are you picking up my audio? Yeah, you're picking it up.
Yeah, I can hear it.
You're also sitting right next to me, so.
No, I can hear you through the mic.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Here, move the mic a little bit closer.
That better?
Yeah. Try speaking.
You might want to turn it up just a tad bit.
Let me turn it up a bit.
That better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, cool.
I might need to turn mine up a bit too. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely better. But the Veiled Lady of Williamsport is a thing that we heard about when growing up.
The story goes back at least back to the 1940s.
Yeah, the way what we're reading right here is a what is this article?
What is it?
Yeah, what's the article? Oh, the mystery of Williamsport's Veiled Lady.
Yeah, it's on
Bygone, Maryland.
I wonder. Let's see if we can figure out when this was
published and stuff.
Yeah.
No, not that. 2016.
Okay, so
it's not too far actually.
It's not too old, but
yeah. So
I'm sure we could find a newer one if we really looked, but this is the first one I saw that looked credible.
Yeah, but the legend aspect of the Veiled Lady is she wears all black.
Yeah, like an all black, like almost like a funeral type dress.
Yeah.
With a black veil.
Veil. But she's reported if you're out at night, and I guess past curfew.
Apparently, it's almost always night where she appears. Except that one story where
evenings and nighttime.
Your aunt saw her, but even said, didn't she say it was later in the day?
Yeah. It was evenings, when sun's going down.
So from dusk to I guess
dawn, maybe, I don't know, but
dark.
Yeah, dark. So she's basically, I think the way that we understand it is if you see her,
lost soul,
residual energy.
Yeah, residual energy, or lost soul still searching for. Well, I guess it would be her husband.
Yeah, but apparently, if you're out,
cover that logo.
Which logo? Yeah, that one. If you are, put it right there. Actually, I might put mine down.
Maybe take some tape and cover them eventually.
Yeah. Put mine by my chair. But our basic understanding is like she tends to like if you're out late at night like curfew or whatever, she like apparently you hear like a blood curdling scream and she would chase you and like not stop until you get to your house, and like she'd be screaming and all that stuff. So pretty creepy stuff. But you want to get into this?
Well. So when I was talking to Grandma earlier, so like she said, Aunt Jean got chased and almost came like face to face with her before like she finally got chased.
Oh yeah.
Is this picking up my audio?
Yeah, it's picking up your
okay,
audio.
Cool.
Because I can hear it. Because if it shows green, that means like it's perfect audio.
Okay, so yeah, like our Aunt Jean like basically came face to face with her.
Yeah.
And I guess she said something or whatever because like Grandma was like, yeah, whatever like she said or what happened, like Jean didn't talk about it, so like we don't exactly know what like what happened other than like she saw her and apparently she got followed by her.
Yeah, that's creepy though. Like if you're getting followed by someone wearing all
then,
black.
Grandma was talking about how our great grandmother was in the kitchen at the old house. You know how before they had the new stove, they had the old wood burnt stove, and it would constantly be hot because they burnt wood in there all year round.
Yeah.
She saw a black cat walk across the top of the hot wood stove, and she's like, "Oh, somebody's gonna die." Like an hour later, she found out her dad died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's a little weird to me. Well, not weird that like like black cat. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think our family is really superstitious and stuff like that.
Especially like the older members in our family.
I mean, I'm pretty superstitious. Like I'm like if I like had bad luck.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like,
grab a pinch of salt.
I can't wait until we go to the Williamsport Museum.
Oh yeah, that's another special episode we're gonna do. Because we can get in contact with Williamsport Museum. We can like.
I was gonna call them today, but I didn't want to bother them on a Sunday.
Plus, yeah.
So I might try and call them like maybe one day this week and do a follow up to this video.
Yeah. We might need to close the door upstairs.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, he's gonna be right back. But
I shall return.
Shall return. But like I was saying before, we do plan on like doing like maybe like a special episode of like going out to the museum and recording, finding more information about our urban legends around here. Then eventually getting more information, try to do like an investigation of some sort to try to like figure out the legend, I guess you could say, or like the mystery behind it, because this is basically saying that she was finding her husband or
boyfriend, like this difference between either it was her husband or like fiance or something like
plus
that.
This is like, so you want to get into it?
Yeah, so here in the article,
I'll read this right
here.
Yeah,
you want to start?
So, when we get an article, the first thing it says is, reporting sightings of the mysterious veiled lady roaming around the small town of Williamsport, Washington County. At night, frightened residents for years in the 40s and 50s, which basically that would make sense, sums it up.
Yeah.
In January 1943, police were searching for this veiled lady. The woman was said to have been seen by several residents, but the officers found no trace of her, according to an article in the Daily Mail, which we all get that.
Yeah, in November of 1948, supposed sightings of the veiled lady caused somewhat of a panic in the town. The Girl Scouts, for example, moved their meetings from 4 p.m. They would be
4 p.m. So they would not be out during the evening hours when the veiled lady was said to roam. That actually, damn it! It caused the whole town to like change things and like, meetings and stuff.
There goes another story of a small town like legend that changes the entire community for a little bit. Turn mine up a little bit more.
You need yours up.
Yeah, I've been watching it. It doesn't look like it's been flashing all the time.
I'll speak.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, I think that's
okay. That's definitely better.
So I can hear it in the audio. Mine's playing perfectly.
Yeah, yours is about equal to mine.
Yeah, it's about equal.
Okay, cool.
But wow. So they literally.
So it's been around for what 70, 80 years now.
Yeah, about that.
So I mean that would make sense.
And apparently she still roams to this day. If my aunt and
Well, even then, they would have saw her in what late 70s, 80s.
In 80s, 90s, yeah.
Yeah, so mid 80s to like
Early 90s.
yeah.
So, yeah, she's still apparently roaming.
Well, I was trying to find one that Mom was talking about on the Town of Williamsport Facebook page about sightings. Not too long ago.
Oh, not too long ago.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that real quick.
Yeah, text your girl.
No, I don't have no girl.
Hey, I mean, that's what I was seeing, Matt. But, me and Matt, actually, we thought that we saw the Veiled Lady at one point when we were younger.
So that building now, the rebuilt farmhouse,
yeah.
that's the museum now.
Yeah, that's the museum now. Because I was in there during Christmas time.
I'm
Christmas.
gonna see if I can find anything about the Veiled Lady real quick.
Yeah. Can you do a search in there?
Yeah, I wonder if I can search in their Facebook.
No, you can't.
No, it takes me right back to their official.
I might join that group just to get some more information and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that might be.
Because if we can, they have contact information we can get a hold of, and williamsport.gov, which I have been in the town hall, so
Yeah.
and we can try to contact town hall maybe, get some reports.
All right, we need somebody to dress up on Halloween as the Veiled Lady now.
Yeah, but they literally changed hours and stuff.
Well, they changed. Yeah, because like I said, I was gonna call it a day because they said they open around 1, but
Yeah. But yeah, I was reading some. But me and Matt, we thought that we saw them when we were younger, but sure, we were younger, and it's like during Halloween
yeah, when
time.
y'all did the y'all would do the living histories right down by Bunker Hill, at the base of the hill.
Because we did civil war reenacting at Williamsport, because we used to be doing civil war reenacting when we were younger, but we don't do it now because
We just don't.
Yeah, we just don't. We're just older now, and plus the hobby is actually really expensive.
Let's be honest, we did it because our dads did it.
I mean, I enjoyed it though.
I mean, I did too, but for the most part, we did it because our dads did it.
Yeah, my mom did it, my dad did it. But yeah, the hobby has civil war reenacting has gotten expensive. Because didn't your dad say to make a uniform is your dad was saying, because his dad makes uniforms, and he was saying getting wool and stuff is very costly right now.
Off topic.
Yeah, we could get. Well, we're gonna hop back in topic anyways.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is around
like I
Halloween.
said, I'm trying to find this because I swear there was something about it a few months ago,
Oh yeah,
and I'm already back in August, so.
a few months ago, 5 months. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it's in the comment section. comment section. Yeah, I don't know. But
Back in
me and,
Veiled Lady of Williamsport, Maryland.
but me and Matt though, it was during Halloween. It was me, Matt, my brother, Matt's sister, my cousin Katie, and I think Katie had she had a friend with her.
When was this?
Oh, it was when I think we were 12 or 13.
This one I still lived on Marion Street?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we were, I think so.
Because that's
Yeah,
by
yeah,
the
yeah,
Big Dipper.
yeah.
That's technically Hagerstown.
No, I can't remember when it was, but me and Matt, we were did we see it? Because we thought that we saw it, but it was probably just someone dressing as something as in Halloween. So I can't really use that as a legit sighting, but it was just Halloween night, and people. Halloween, obviously they dress up, so it's I can't really technically say that's a legit sighting. So I don't know. It's I don't know. You want me to keep on reading here?
Yeah, keep on reading.
The morning the Herald reported that people with clubs and flashlights were searching for the veiled lady. Damn.
If this is true, the lady who supposedly is the Veiled Lady was Elizabeth Jane, born in 1859. She died in 1941.
That kind of makes sense with the sightings and stuff.
So
That would make sense, actually.
But I've heard other stories where she was cause this would have made her older. Apparently, it was a younger woman, not super young, but mid 20s, 30s.
I don't know then.
Because she would have been what
1950 to 19.
She would have been
Or 1850 to 1941.
She would have been around 80, wouldn't she?
My math is bad right now.
Yeah.
Born in Boonesboro. But okay, so the Morning Herald reported that people with clubs and flashlights were searching for the veiled lady. Reports of a mysterious black draped and clawed person. That's just clawed, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Clawed person. That's kind of creepy. Because there is apparently pictures of what the veiled lady looked like, and I have
Somehow we'll figure out how to put them in so we
yeah.
can show them.
Clawed person is still turning up nightly in the form of rumors, but not has been confirmed. According to the Morning Herald article, the same article claimed that the veiled lady had been showing up around the same time each year. So what is that year? Halloween. Before Halloween, mid-October.
So yeah, October.
So if we would have to do an investigation, we can like do something in October next year. Because I thought she'd be around, but
I mean, we could still do a short video of us going into the museum.
But here's the
and
thing, though,
showing
because
these
Teresa.
Look, it mentions the Snallygaster.
And Snallygaster. The veiled lady, almost legendary around here as the Snallygaster. If you don't know what the Snallygaster is, we can't speak much because that'll be another episode. It's basically a.
Okay, I can't find it right now. But if I find it, we'll talk about it in the next video on the veiled lady.
Yeah, because it might be episode part 2 because this might be like 30 minutes. So we might have part 2 of this episode.
Yeah, because like there's information on it, but like the story throughout most of the articles and stuff is still basically the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, when you look up Bigfoot, you get a whole
But the thing is, I'm confused.
web page with like all of them.
But I'm confused about the mid-Halloween, mid-October, because like before Halloween, she usually been sighting, but like Teresa and Lorena, I don't know when they saw her. So I'm assuming, well, it's mid-October, so they could have saw her.
It would have been sometime between September and Halloween.
Then that would make sense why we saw her then that one year.
If that
could
was
been now, because I'm thinking about like, oh crap, that she shows around in Halloween. So
yeah, if that was her, like that would make more sense.
Yeah, now I'm like, okay, now that is making sense. Okay, that's making perfect sense right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, snippet of the Snallygaster. He is basically a bird thing.
It had like a griffin kind of beast. It is hard to explain unless like you know the story and can see pictures of it.
Well, we're gonna probably do another episode on that. So we're just
yeah.
gonna do. I'm just gonna give like a little clip notes version, I guess you say, or like the short version. Snallygaster is a legend that was started by German immigrants here in Western Maryland and in Appalachia. Which my family are German immigrants. Yours are too. So.
Yeah. So I mean, in Western Maryland, there is a decent amount of the German immigrant.
And here's the thing, though. Here's a little thing, though. I thought of something cool, or not cool, but I thought of something. People said, "Oh, Snallygaster's from like West Virginia." Ah, got you in that one. So apparently,
what if the veiled lady was killed by the Snallygaster?
Probably, but I got one. You know, pizza roll bread, right? It's native to West Virginia, and the legend is with pizza rolls, like it's like
we talking about bread now?
No, pepperoni bread or whatever.
Pepperoni rolls?
Yeah, is made by who got started by Italian immigrants in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Snallygaster in German is literally derives from the word Schnelliggeist. So I'm like, or Schnellergeist. So I'm like, maybe it's a Maryland thing.
It might be.
Maybe it's a Maryland thing. I unlocked it because it was like a debate: is a Schnelligaster was Maryland or West Virginia? So
donuts originate from like up New York area.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, let's hop back into it. Just before Halloween, 1958 or 1951, 2 teen boys were caught when the veiled lady had started to appear around mid-October. Mm-hmm. Or the boys were caught when the veiled lady. Okay, yeah, I read that correctly. So mid-October. So she apparently appears during Octoberish and Halloween,
like late fall.
Yeah, I'll say fall in general because, like,
Yeah.
Again, terrifying residents. Police nabbed them, then Police nabbed them when they returned to pick up the veils, which the police had spotted, according to the Maryland Herald. So they
Morning Herald.
Turned and picked up the veils. Okay. So I guess the police found the veil. I'm assuming.
I'm guessing that's what the article's trying to say.
Yeah, I misread it. Maybe I don't know. One of the boys admit to being the veiled lady. Oh, okay. So the two teen boys,
Okay.
did that. Okay.
So yeah, admitted to being the veiled lady like 2 years before.
And others said he portrayed the veiled lady the previous year. The boys weren't charged. The police told the boys how risky their pranks had been, since there has a chance that they may have been shot, reported to the article, which is true. In Williamsport, you can't be up in Appalachia. You cannot be just roaming to people's yards.
Because
and
especially
stuff
back
like
Williamsport in like the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, no.
It's still a small town. It's still a small town.
It's like
today,
a small fishing town or whatever.
but like
it
was a smaller town back then. The town wasn't as big. There were still farms.
Oh yeah, a
because
bunch
like
of farms.
Williamsport is littered with a few farms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
A few actually.
Yeah. But it was an old canal town.
Yeah, it's an old canal town. They did a bunch of fishing there.
Should we talk about the Hooly Gooly gang this episode?
Oh yeah, I mean we could tell them about the Hooly Gooly gang, the history behind them, because we're talking about women's sports, so might as well add them in.
Okay, so if like here would be like the one cemetery where she's mainly seen.
Mm-hmm. She's like
the canal was like here.
Yeah.
So the Hooly Gooly gang was a gang that lived in a like half sunken canal boat.
The Hooly Goolies.
That would come up in grave rob. And I'm sure we could find something on that real quick.
The Hooly Goolies. That's so cringy. That's one thing I do notice when I watch back these videos. I need
Hooly Gooly gang of Williamsport, Maryland.
That's one thing I do need to, I tend to talk fast and I'm like, I should probably slow it down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They navigate the Chesapeake Bay.
Let's see if that says anything.
I don't know.
If we can't find anything, I'm sure.
But the thing
at the
is,
museum.
If those two boys, I guess, portrayed as the veiled lady, then how comes my aunt and I still saw her to this day, and it's still pictures of her in sightings back in like the 80s, 90s, and so on. And if we supposedly saw her at Halloween night, so I don't know. Now here's one thing though: there is a theory with manifestation and stuff like paranormal.
I mean, one theory is the veiled lady could have been real. Then they dressed up as her to
manifested something.
The veiled lady could have been real. Then they dressed up as her to like get more sightings to scare people even more.
That's true, but like I was saying, back to the manifestation
does it say
thing.
anything else?
Yes.
Then other sightings of the veiled lady occurred in 1953. The veiled lady, almost a legendary around here. Snoggers after some times. Veiled lady is this time reported the Daily Mail article. 6 boys were caught and
confessed and no charges. So a lot of what it's saying is like people were like portraying as the veiled lady, and I guess they were doing it, but like it's a cool legend, but like I don't know if it's fake or not.
But then it also says so the mystery seems to be solved, but at least one appearance in the later years anyways. I don't know.
The article stated that the veiled lady started to appear by Halloween each year, leading authorities to believe that the genuine. Starting to sound Appalachian. Well, obviously I'm from here, so genuine veiled woman has retired from active participation in the town's nocturnal life. So it seems the mystery of the veiled lady was solved. At least one appearing in years or later years, anyway. But we're left wondering the origins of the original veiled lady who wandered the streets at night. causing a panic and fear in a small town.
I mean, let's.
So wait, it started in the 40s. So technically speaking, this boy
The first couple sightings, could have been real.
Yeah, the first
then
couple-
it went dormant, and then they were like, all right, let's bring it back as like a prank.
Yeah. Now that makes more sense. Like she probably exists, but people were capitalizing on it, I guess you could say.
Like they do with like
Bigfoot,
Bigfoot.
for example. Like a lot like the thing with Bigfoot though, do I believe in Bigfoot? It's like yes and no. There's too many sightings and I feel like people capitalize Bigfoot on a lot. It's like, okay, there are people who are like, oh, because I was talking to my best friend Reed and he was like saying that, oh, I can't believe in so much or partake in believing in Bigfoot because there's so many sightings and there's
here's
so
an
many of
article
them.
from 2019, so it's 3 years old, 4 years.
Yeah.
Small
Small town. Oh, that's creepy. If we do investigation, we see that, I'm running. I am running away. I'm leaving
So
you.
here's more like the story my grandma said. Her husband was cheating on her.
And the figure had claws, like claws.
I guess like long fingernails. That would make sense as claws.
Yeah, but like so. Oh yeah, back to what I was saying about manifestation. I'm apparently in the paranormal world. Now, just say if she didn't exist, but people kept on portraying as her, they could have like manifested her as a spirit.
Yeah.
That's true, or like something like that. But let's get into the article. In accounts of the
What?
I don't know. In accounts of Williamsport, supernatural being very. It was a woman-like figure. Some say dressed in all white like a bride. Some has said she wore black, if in the morning. Some sources claim that the figure had claws. Some tales suggest Spirit was angry at her husband for cheating on her. A few stories have claimed that the veiled lady was simply scaring children inside at night to keep them safe.
So
Actually, that
So
kind
kinda
of makes
like-
sense.
kind of like a local boogeyman.
Yeah, but she was kind of like watching over them, like kids at night, because they're like, hey,
What y'all doing in there?
because like even my aunt was telling me that she only comes out on like curfew,
Yeah.
so she only chases
And,
kids.
I mean,
so it's
technically,
like,
Williamsport still has a curfew.
yeah, I think so.
I think
Was
it's like
10 o'clock.
I think it's like 10 for anybody under the age of 18,
Okay.
like 10:30. Which I mean, nowadays, it's really not as like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, like let me get inside. But back then, if a town had a curfew, you still went inside.
One tale recounts the veiled lady being a spirit that would go to African American neighborhoods and torment them specially. Damn, that's fucked. That I can't say that word. That's screwed up.
Yeah.
Dang, that is really screwed up.
Didn't know ghosts could be racist.
Neither did I, but apparently they can. I guess I don't know. In 1943, the report came to
The
police.
first report.
1943. The first report came to police. The woman dressed in black with a veiled face, walking the streets of Williamsport in the dead of night.
The officers responded, found nothing upon arrival. The officers were notified of a figure nearly the same time after the initial
appearance.
Yeah. The local newspapers began running stories. A mob formed in search of the dark figure haunting the streets at night.
Yeah, we because that was the last article we read that they had a mob or, chasing it or whatever.
I wonder if this one mentions the boys.
But that one's creepy though, like big claws and stuff like that. And that's like horrifying.
Yeah, that would be like. Just imagine, imagine like 4-inch long nails just like ripping into you.
Oh, I don't want to imagine that. That's actually creepy because like the way this sounds, like the veiled lady, she torments them, chase them at night.
Yeah.
It said that she could be an evil spirit, so I'm like, well, with them daggers, you probably are evil. Like I'm not gonna probably mega evil.
Maybe
so.
not like even evil, just more
Evil or
demented.
I guess. Cover up the labels. There we go.
Yeah, we'll have to get little koozies or something to cover them up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I got a koozie from Hagerstown Comic Con. I still got that koozie. Cause like I remember we were like doing that, and like we had a raffle, and like we were like filling out
Okay,
the
back
raffle.
to topic.
Back to topic. All right.
We can talk about that maybe at the end of the video.
Yeah. So some time passed with no sightings of the veiled lady or of the lady, and she was presumed gone. But that is not how spirits work. The veiled lady appeared around Halloween. We read that. Nights at a time every year, each tormenting the locals and scaring them into staying inside at night. The veiled,
Which like makes sense because like Grandma was like she was almost used as a local boogeyman,
yeah,
but like I have to ask Grandma about the book, so we can look at the book.
yeah,
Like it was like the town of Williamsport, and I forget what year, but it mentions her,
mm-hmm.
and definitely still have to go to the museum and check that
Yeah.
out.
The lady was never seen by the police. It was as if she scared the citizens and vanished. Not a soul and reasonable explanation for the yearly appearance. The veiled lady and two of the police finally caught up to her. The moon was faint behind a thick clouds as a young girl made her way home from a late Girl Scout meeting. Oh, we read about that. The Girl Scout meeting being
The
changed.
street lights were lit up only what was beneath them,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't enough along the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Stood a waist-high
Ancient
wall
made
made
of
of.
stacked stone. The rest of the
I
area
wonder if
was
that's
open
the
air.
the like wall coming up from the cemetery.
Might be.
Like you know where the guy does the big Christmas display.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's that one.
It probably was. As she grew nearer, she became more nervous that it would be the lady.
It was a ghost.
It was the spooky ghost.
It was a spooky spook.
Until she saw a clear outline of a black dress, a girl was standing just near the streetlight and decided she would hide behind the stone wall.
She sat past the wall. All was silent. She took a deep breath, trying to
Suppress.
her panic. Then came up footsteps, loud and clocking, in high heels, just on the other side of the wall.
That's creepy.
Once again, the night was silent. The girl heard light scratchings and a dull dragging
Of claws.
dragging of claws on the stones.
That's horrifying.
The lady was searching for the girl, held her breath.
She couldn't move.
She couldn't move, yeah.
That is horrifying, actually. Claws scratching on like the concrete or not, but the stone.
Like on an old stone, like house or wall, like
Yeah.
we know what that sounds like. Like
I wonder if the veiled
they
lady was a
probably can't
witch
hear
or something. I don't know.
they probably can't. Well, I want to talk.
Actually, no, they can hear it. They can probably hear it.
I don't think it's picking up.
Wait. That, yeah.
I guess that would be more
It's not stone, but that
maybe something like similar.
so
to that.
similar to it.
But no, I want to talk about the witch of like the cypress swamps. We'll have to talk about that in another episode.
Oh yeah, that's another. I don't know much about it, but he knows much about it. It's called the witch.
The witch tree.
Yeah.
Apparently she got hung about it. We'll talk about that when we finally.
That's another interesting thing. Where's that located?
It's the cypress swamp, which is
Isn't it like near like west or eastern Maryland since it's like swampy there?
it's near Delaware.
Okay, so I was right. I mean eastern Maryland. At last, saving grace, red flashing lights their way over the stone wall, and so did the officer's voice telling the lady not to move. The girl jumped to her feet. To see the lady's veil had been removed. Underneath was a boy a few years older than herself. So
I mean, the whole thing could have been just an elaborate prank, but I don't know. Like,
I don't know either. For the first time in the community, had no answers. The terror that was the veiled lady was just a hoax. That boy and a group of others have been dressing up to scare the town, but no one knows where it started. It could have been the boys from the beginning, and there's still no explanation for the original ghost. So there is still a ghost there. There still is a ghost there, apparently.
from time to time, the people of Williamsport still claim
To see the veiled lady.
So I mean, there must have originally been an initial, okay, like this is real. Then they were like, all right, let's see if we can milk this thing.
Yeah, so like,
So like, let's milk it to see what we can do, cause some stir up in the town. So I mean, there's definitely had to have been something there at one point.
there had to been, because like, well, at least we both read the two articles. They said that what people were trying to capitalize on that, and
But like, then again, how do we explain some of like the photos?
yeah,
Like, that's not the right photo.
Images maybe. I don't know. Oh, you are there.
Yeah.
Go to. I'll see more anyway. Click that.
Oh yeah. Because I know like on the Town of Williamsport Facebook page you can.
Yeah, now that's
That
horrifying.
that'd be a good thumbnail though.
Would be. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm trying to get art for my
Oh, right there.
for the podcast. Yeah, there's a picture of her. That is just horrifying. But there's a bunch of paranormal stories here in Western Maryland, or Maryland in general.
Yeah, because I mean,
There's more paranormal here
let's
than
be
there
honest,
is
we're the
cryptids.
sites of two wars. Revolutionary War, Civil War.
Ooh.
Spooky.
No, go back up. Ooh. Yeah, it's totally, creepy and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll definitely.
I mean, like I said, they're
Well, I guess this
they
video,
capitalized
this episode, I guess, is almost done then, because we
Yeah.
covered most of it, except what we have to go to the museum.
yeah, we have to go cover that. Matt, I want to hear a little short horror story of like your paranormal and cryptid experiences. I already told told mine. Yeah.
Every Halloween I have.
Every Halloween I have a goblin eat out my booty hole.
No, so I'm gonna use one from work.
Oh, okay.
I might have mentioned it in our introductory video.
Oh, like our little practice run.
Was that one ever uploaded?
No, our practice run? No, it was never uploaded. It was just a little practice run.
So I was working down in Frederick, and I work on like a lot of old houses. You know this.
Yeah. A lot of old houses, especially in,
Yeah, I need to drink real quick.
Frederick and stuff.
Like Frederick, like
There we go.
the
Yeah.
one house I just worked on
I drink like this.
predated the founding of the country. It was 1768.
Oh, that's old.
But no, the one down in Frederick, me and like two other guys were working at the house. We're working down in the basement trying to fix this one pipe.
Ooh.
The boss and the other guy went out to Home Depot to get some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we hear footsteps like up on the first floor. So we're like, all right, is that them? But like, they probably would have yelled for us, be like, hey, like, help us unload some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we go up to check it out because like you can clearly hear the footsteps like, but like imagine that like on a hardwood floor.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So as soon as we hit the first floor,
Mm-hmm.
the steps went up. The footsteps, you can still hear them, but they moved up to the second floor.
Ah, so like.
So
as
we
you
go up there
move
like,
move up.
cause like the stairs were literally like right on top of each other. So it's like, all right, maybe like we missed them and they went upstairs. We checked. Okay, they're not there.
Uh-huh.
So we go up to the second floor. As soon as we get up there, we hear the footsteps like move again. But this time the footsteps are in the attic.
Yeah.
And, where the attic door is, we clearly would have seen them.
Mm-hmm.
So we look out the back window, the truck's not there, and we're like, okay, we just, we clearly heard footsteps.
Yeah.
And like that, not to mention the house is in the historical district, so the house was over 100 years old.
Yeah.
So like, there's one.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we get back and we're like, yeah, we think we just
we might have heard something.
we think we heard a ghost, and they're like, what? And you know, it was one of those things where like, we clearly know what we heard,
Yeah.
and it's not like anybody walked in off the street or any like thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like we would have heard the footsteps, you know, coming back down the stairs. We never heard that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, hey, if we get Zach on the podcast, maybe you and Zach could talk about, you know, the time you went to Chickatay.
Oh yeah, the shadow person we thought we saw.
Yeah, like, I would say, oh, you can talk about that now, but I'm like, nah, you got to talk about Zach.
No, if that's something I would have to talk about with him, because he was right there and experienced it with me.
So we would just have like you and Zach on the corner right there, and I'm just like, tell me, how did it go? But yeah, I mean,
so I'm guessing this episode is done then.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
All right, so we'll see y'all next time.
See y'all next time.
If any of y'all are around here, please leave. Even if you're not, leave a story or a legend that like is from around where you live in the comments. We'll look at it, check it out, see what we can find, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of cryptids around here that we can cover.
I mean, yeah, like Maryland.
Well, a couple, you know.
There's a very decent amount in Maryland and the surrounding areas.
Maybe we should do. I wonder if there's any like UFO sightings around here.
Flatwoods in West Virginia.
Is that really close from here? I think so.
I think about 3 hours away.
Oh.
But there's definitely
there has to be.
There's definitely a lot of like urban legends though, and stuff like that when it comes to around here, and like ghost stories. You know, with Antietam Battlefield being like, we're 40 minutes from Gettysburg, and yeah. So I mean, there's definitely a lot to talk around here, and
there's a bunch of paranormal around here.
Eventually, we are going to be moving to, you know, local West Virginia, like Martinsburg, Shepherdstown.
Yeah, because like
some of those might actually be sooner videos because it's topics that we can talk about without going too far from home.
Yeah, because like West Virginia, like where these other cryptids are in like West Virginia, they're pretty close to us.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, I know we want to go to Point Pleasant.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. It's far, but not far. If that makes any sense.
It would be a weekend trip. You know, it's 4 hours away.
Yeah.
We'd have to stay there.
Believe it or not, driving to Point Pleasant is only 4 hours, but driving down to Ocean City is like 5.
No, it's about 4.
About 4 also?
Yeah. All right, well, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, that's it. Like I said, we will get, you know, art and stuff, you know, like...
Yeah, we'll try and do some overlays in the video if it's not already in it by the time you see this.
Yeah. We are also trying to get our channel icon up and running.
Yeah,
my fiance is still working on it, so she is still getting
whenever
all
she
that
gets
done.
free time, we're trying to get that.
I think it's actually almost done, so she'll probably get it done probably tonight. Maybe.
Oh, sweet! And
but
you'll definitely see our little profile change. And,
yep.
I think that's it.
I think that's it from Sources Unknown. I am your host,
We'll
Ethan.
see you next time.
Cousin Matt signing out.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you later.